Hello my friends. Welcome to my channel, welcome to my video, welcome to my world. Thank you for sharing with me and just being here with me. I hope this finds you well today and that you're in a good space to be able to respond to your... She is responding to me because she is the sweet... Give me a kiss. That's my girl Betty. Hey, Betty. She's the sweetest thing. Isn't it? They're just pure joy, right? Well, she is. She's just pure joy. I have to say. Calm and focused. I love this. Calm and focused. So like I said, I hope this finds you well. All I want to do is just share a little bit of just myself with you, and to reaffirm that what I've just been saying of being in the moment and not being on automatic pilot. Have you ever meditated before? Like if anyone, like, I think the first thing I would always recommend, like for myself, like meditation. Like meditation is a tool, an incredible tool. I don't think we need to meditate. We don't have to meditate, but it really, how can you say? I wouldn't say that it enhances your awareness, your observing of your monkey mind, your monkey mind. And if you don't even know that you have a voice or voices in your head that talk to you all the time, then I think you're really asleep. People can be asleep. I've been asleep. We've all been asleep until we start to realize that there's much more possibility of choice and that you don't have to respond to the monkey mind. If you sit and meditate for 5 minutes, or like if that's too much for you, just like a minute, just even give yourself 30 seconds and let your mind just be, you can just be free. You don't have to even do anything, you know? And if you choose, you can count your breath, or you can watch your breath so you can focus on something. Or just let the mind just do its thing. And the mind has so much, it's like the thinking mind, or the thinking mind, the firing of the neurons and things in your head is just like, will randomly come up with all kinds of situations and thoughts, and all of a sudden it'll think about you when you were 5 years old, or when you were 2 years old, or when you're 20 or 25, or somebody, or I've got to do this thing, stop sitting here and wasting your time, stop being so spiritual, start being, all this kind of stuff is gonna be positive and negative, and you can see it like in the way it talks to itself, and in the way that it just has its own thing, and it's so interesting to do that. I can just suggest that because it's a really intimate relationship to yourself, and the awareness of that is even another thought, a thought about a thought, and then you have a judgment about a thought, or a label about a thought, and then that label will cause you to think another thought, and then you think another thought, and then all of a sudden, like, your mind is really jumping around, and then randomly, and you remember what he did to me, remember what she did to me, remember that beautiful time when we did this, remember this, and you realize that all those thoughts are just an illusion of what had happened, and it only remembers what it can remember. And you can watch that. And the reason I say that is because it's one of the first things that you realize, that you are not your thoughts. And that and when you can practice this in daily life, if you practice meditation, or just even be aware of your head in your in daily life, I think that's the most productive. Well, it's when you meditate at home, from 10 to 20 minutes, or even 5, or however you choose. There's not a right or wrong way to meditate. Everybody has different ways of doing that. Some people focus on a candle, the fire, the flame, and focus and draw your attention back to that. You can watch your breath. But whatever you're focusing on, you can draw your attention back to it when when you realize that you're following your thoughts, which nothing is happening because you're basically just sitting here. You're sitting where you're sitting. And if you do this at home, it certainly helps during the day for you to be also aware of the mind and the craziness that the labels that the mind comes up with to try to understand something or predict something, or to be prepared be prepared in battle of like what circumstance is going to come. Come here, baby. Come here. Come, Betty. Come here. And you know what I mean? It's just a really, really wonderful thing. I think that's one of the first things that you becomes aware of all of it, and become aware of just that monkey. We call it monkey. And you can slow it down. Behind all those thoughts are yourself, which is no thing, because it's awareness. You are awareness. You're not the thoughts. You're not even the awareness. You can't label. I don't know to label it. And so it's full of potential, right? It's full of potential. And you can choose. And in your daily life, when you recognize this crazy mind that starts to label something and makes you want to fight or run from something, you can step up. You can allow that to happen and make a different decision, even though you make certain decisions out of fear. And so you can feel good, so you can feel better in that moment, and you're not... Often we make decisions because it makes us feel more comfortable. And when you get tired of that charade, as I like to say, then you ask for more understanding, or allowing. And I say allow these things to happen. Allow thoughts to arise and fall, and not label anything, and practice that during your day. So that's when the best results come, because you practice that during the day. You understand? So it's like, you know, the current of life is going. The current is just flowing. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. And life is a dream. I believe it is. And you know, why paddle against the stream? Why paddle against the stream, Betty? Betty, come here. Betty, come here. Come here. Come here. Get up here. Come on. You know, why paddle against the stream? Why go against what is? You know, challenges are going to be had. Things are going to happen. And really, you know, like perhaps difficult if we label them. But I think the less labeling, because things are going to happen. That's life. Life is going to present itself in so many ways. But you can be less stressed about anything. And you can rise above and not suffer about any circumstance. And I know you're thinking, Maurice, like you're just really too like, you know, optimistic here, or you're not feeling your feelings. You're not allowing I'm allowing everything, and I'm not saying it's easy, because this is the road less traveled. And if you recognize the mind and recognize that you have a choice in every situation, then anything is possible. Anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. I really firmly believe that, because we are potential. And I think, you know, nobody wants for you to know that, because everything, you're a slave to everything. We could be a slave to everything. We learn to behave in a certain way, so we feel like that is what we're supposed to be doing, and we feel guilty if we don't do that. And that's part of the getting out of the rat race, or the circle, or the constant thing. The flow doesn't have really an end. A flow doesn't have a beginning and an end. The flow is constant, and it's beautiful, and it's flowing. It's like the river. Don't beat against what is, because when you do that, respond with an implied decision, a beautiful, pure choice of love and unconditional. The implied decision. Everything can be done with love. And I know you're saying, hey Maurice, that's just too much. I mean, like you could just have it all, you know, together, or you feel like this. I don't feel like that. Sometimes I feel like shit. Sometimes I feel like, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes I feel like I'm an idiot. Sometimes I feel like, oh my God, they're all staring at me. Sometimes I feel really great. But behind all that is me, what is consistent, me and my consciousness, the awareness, which is a thought about a thought, but I am behind that. So there's no thing to be, there's no thing there. Meditate for just a minute and just see how crazy it is. And get used to that in your daily life. And it's so, life is so beautiful, and you can make the choice of that. You can rise above every situation and accept all that comes, and the flow of life continues, and you're not beating against what is, and you're going with the stream. Why don't you go downstream? The stream, follow the stream. Don't paddle against the stream. Life is the same way. The metaphor of the boat. It's beautiful. It's respectful. It's responsibility. It affects every person around you, and you wouldn't believe the magic that happens when you do it. It's so beautiful. And I'm just here sharing it with you because I want a better world, and potential in all of that. I love all of you. I love all of you. Keep being you, keep doing your thing, and keep expressing yourself and how you want to be. And everything will fall into place. I believe that. I love you. Thank you for watching me. Big kiss. Bye-bye.